Good morning, New Mexico. I'm gonna educate you really quick. You need to be smart in general. When you're driving, when you're traveling. I almost got myself into a bad situation last night. I was really tired, right? No, don't even think. I was really tired and I don't do sleep driving at all. Like, they say sleepy driving is worse than drunk driving. So Kayla took over for a few hours and anyways, okay, Kayla took over, and I was trying to go to sleep, but if someone like my family isn't driving, like, I have a really hard time, like, actually snoozing. So I was kind of, like, awake and alert. I was like, shit, I don't think I can sleep all the way. Let me check the map, because we're about 4 hours away from Carlsbad Caverns, which are caves, which means they're probably, like, out in the middle of nowhere near a national park. A lot of not back road driving, but like the, not interstate highway, you know, like the little back road highway things. Probably a lot of that, and that means that there's no rest stops. There's hardly any people out because it was close to midnight or 1 in the morning. I almost put myself in a really bad situation. Like, wait, let me like see what's coming up. And I looked on the roads and there was like no towns coming up, just like 2 back road baby highways, and I was like, oh my god, like, we can't do this. So luckily my car has GPS and I was able to put in something for the next rest stop, which was 30 minutes away and required backtracking back to the interstate. But I just felt really stupid. Like, when we switched seats, I got out of the car and kind of like just looked around where we were, and I'm like, Desiree, how could you be so reckless? Like, this is really unsafe. Like, it's midnight, almost 1 in the morning. You're out on this highway. You don't really know where you're going all the way. You don't know where you're going to stay. You're way off from the freeway. Not way off from the freeway, but you're off from the freeway. Like, no cars are behind you. No cars have passed you. It was a bad situation. So it wasn't a bad situation. It could have been a bad situation. Like, what if I kept driving and I ran out of gas and there was no gas? What if we couldn't find a place to sleep for the night? I'm just supposed to park on the side of the road and hope that a coyote or a crazy killer doesn't come and like break my window while I'm sleeping, you know? Like, just be smart. Like, I was not angry, but I was kind of like disappointed, like shocked that I let myself do something like that. You know? That's not safe. Don't do that. Like, if you plan on late night driving, know where you're gonna sleep and know what you're going towards, I guess, if that's the rule or tip that I learned. Like, yeah, definitely. But I only had to make a right turn onto a different interstate, and like 20 minutes it took me back to the interstate, which was fine. But when I was driving, I was on high alert. Like, I don't know, I felt uneasy. And it's not like it's premonition, I don't know, it might be intuition, but I felt like if we would have went any further, something bad was going to happen. That might just be me being paranoid, but I felt really uneasy being out there. And it's more than just being out there in the night. It's more than just being on a highway by yourself, because I've been in situations like that before. I just felt really uneasy. And I want to give a shout out thank you to the universe right now while I'm talking about it, because I was driving kind of fast. You know, I was trying to get out of that area because I was feeling uneasy. Granted, speeding is never okay, but it was a baby back road, no one was around. Even though I drive moderately fast, I'm very smart when it comes to curves. I slow down. Like, if I'm going over a hill, like, I slow down so my high beams don't blind somebody if I can't see them yet. Like, I get to where I'm going. So I'm driving and I get over this curb or this hill, so I'm going a little slow, and like, to the right hand side, a cow had just crossed the street. And I'm like, wow, like, thank you, universe. If any situation would have put me here, maybe like 5 minutes earlier, 3 minutes earlier, like a couple seconds earlier, I would have fucking ran into that cow. Maybe, depending on where he was in the road. So I just really, like, when I drove past that cow, because I saw the glint in his eyes for my high beams, that's how I saw that there was something in the side of the road. I just said thank you. I was like, thank you, universe. Like, you're looking out for me. Like, even though I recklessly put myself in a stupid situation, you're still looking out for me. So thank you, universe. Thank you for that, for keeping me safe. I trust in you because I love you, because you are me and I are you. I are you. Anyways, we are headed to Carlsbad Caverns. We are about 4 hours away still. There's this thing, white-nosed bat syndrome, going around, to where if you've been in a cave in the past 5 years, all of that gear, all of those clothes that you worn, you can't wear them because it might infect other bats. So I had to be super cautious in what I'm wearing today. And then your clothes, keep it for like 10 years unless you boil them. Like, scientists have to like spray their shoes, spray their gear, and then they have to boil their jumpsuits. Isn't that crazy? Washing just won't get it out. So look out for that, because bats are great, bats are important. And I met the coolest ranger ever, who's like on an internship, is like a year older than me. Is like my inspiration. Like, the way she talks about bats is the way I feel about birds in general. And it was like really cool to sit and talk to someone like that. And I just wish, like, I can't wait until all my friends are like rangers and scientists and all these great people who want to change the world and help preserve the world and to just take care of it, you know, because that's what I want to do. So I want to surround myself with people like that. The people that I'm with right now are cool, don't get me wrong, but I can't wait until I have people like that. She was just really cool, very passionate, very knowledgeable. Like, one of the first questions I asked her was like, do you film anything? Like, do you have Instagram? Like, girl, I'm trying to see. She says she goes and explores caves that haven't been explored yet. That is so cool. I would be videoing everything and taking pictures of everything, because you know she's probably found some rat shit, like underground caves, like really cool stalactites, stalagmites, and like, yeah, really cool, super cool. I'm glad that I met her. I'm glad I have the opportunity to like be her friend on Facebook now. It's cool. Alright, moral of this thing. Be careful when you go to caves, because we don't want bats getting white nose syndrome, because it literally disintegrates their wings. And that probably hurts. It makes me sad to think about. So be very fucking observant when you're going to caves, okay? I am talking to you. If there's a serious thing that I'm doing, it's me talking to you about these bats, okay? I'm not a very serious person, but we're gonna get serious about this bat thing. Bat syndrome, because I don't want any bats to suffer. Can you imagine, like, your skin disintegrating because someone brought something weird into your home? Exactly. Be smart. Be smart. Like, don't find yourself on a back road highway at 1 in the morning away from all forms of civilization. Like, it was such a sigh of relief when I saw the interstate and the diesels going by. I was like, thank you, universe, for helping me out, you know? Just be smart. But I just wanted to share that story with you, so hopefully you don't find yourself in that situation. Know where you're going for the night. Have a general idea of what you're going towards. If you don't know what you're staying for in the night, just be smart. Road safety. Animals like to jump out in front of cars. A fucking elk walked out in front of my car. I thought it was a goddamn reindeer from how big it is. Like, I've seen pika, chipmunks, squirrels, bunnies, cows, antelopes. There's signs for bears and rams. Like, deer. A fucking deer jumped in front of my car too. Like, not jump, but like, I had enough. The car in front of me hit his brakes, and I was like, what is he braking for? So I hit my brakes, one right in front of his, and then a few seconds later, one right in front of mine. So, you know, just be observant. Wildlife is out there. Even though the signs are there, you don't think it's gonna happen to you, just be very observant. The signs are there because it has happened to plenty of people. You know, just be smart. And you know, the poor little animals, I don't know. Some of them just don't give a shit. Like, a chipmunk was digging in the middle of the road and didn't move until I completely stopped and hugged at him. Like, just be smart. Look out for the animals. Sometimes they're stupid. They get caught in the headlights and they want to stop running and just sit in the middle of the road like rabbits. Come on. And let me go. It's been almost 10 minutes, so I'm going to stop talking to you, get in the car, and I will see you in Carlsbad Caverns, New Mexico. We're in fucking New Mexico right now. It was very pretty at night, though.